What's happening, guys? Welcome to Friday Night Fights. Just want to give you guys my thoughts. What's going on in the UFC and MMA in general? Definitely, big news. UFC just currently was bought out by a big, big company. Bought them out for $4 billion. Wow, that's a lot of money. The funny thing about it is that Dana and the Fertitta brothers, they bought UFC for 2 million. Wow, what a great ROI on an investment, man. They took it 2 million, and pretty much they took like it was a sketchy investment at that time, since the dark days of MMA, and look what happened, man. They turned the sport around, and made UFC a household name. And in return, they got bought and they sold it for $4 billion. Wow, yeah, that's some exciting news, man. But the not so exciting news now. Let's talk about Jon Jones. It's just sad, guys. How he's such a talented fighter. From what I've seen, and I don't know if he was on or on off that stuff. But the last, he didn't get a chance to fight Jon Jones. He got busted, as you guys could tell. He got caught with some steroids in his system. Some PEDs, and he failed the drug test from USADA. That's, to me, I think it kind of hurts his legacy, man. Because one, everyone now is thinking, okay, was he on that all this time? And who knows? I don't know. You don't know. But what, the proof is in the pudding. He got caught, and now everybody's doubting. Oh, was he great because he was on PED, or was he great because he was a talented fighter? One, taking steroids, yes, it gives you an advantage, okay? But with that advantage, it just makes you stronger, faster. Just pretty much, it just enhances you to a different level as a fighter. So it's kind of on the midst now. Is Jon Jones, the legend, or is it Jon Jones the cheater? That's how everybody view that now. But and ultimately, out of fairness, I thought Jon Jones, he did a lot for the sport, as far as his defending the title, and being the youngest to win the light heavyweight championship belt in the UFC. And also he did, like, he was the new generation type fighter. That's what you see now. I mean, he does things that no other athlete could do. He's very athletic. He's tall. He's a very intelligent fighter as well. So I don't know how people would view him after this, but to me, I think, he's a great fighter, man. Off the bat, in my opinion. I don't know if he was on that stuff when he was beating everybody and, defending his title. Who knows? I wasn't there. You wasn't there. But, the last thing people gotta know him about is, he can't, well, they pretty much took him out the fight against DC, for that belt, and to unify it, to see who's the best in that division. But like I said, it's sad to see that happen. I was one of those diehard fans that wanted to see that rematch, just because, just to be fair with DC, because DC don't get the respect that he deserved, man. When he was doing a press conference, he was being booed, guys. And that's not right, man. That's not fair, man. Even though he didn't beat Jon Jones, man, DC is straight up, he'll let you know how it is. And, to me, what I've seen, he's a great guy, man. And that's what I saw, that was on TV, And I'll be honest with you, he's a great champion. He's a great role model as well. And, even though Jon Jones was going through all that stuff, I guess, everybody has demons. That's not for me to judge. But, I just wish him the best. Now we got to wait 2 years. I think that's what the suspension will be. I guess they're going to take it to court. I don't know what they're going to do. But, I'm sure it's going to be a 2-year suspension. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think DC ever going to fight Jon Jones, because right now, DC's up in age. And, Jon Jones is only 28. It was 2 years for him. Actually, might him do him some justice. Maybe he'll take a step back and kind of reevaluate himself. But, I just don't think DC and Jones going to happen. I think it's going to be too late for DC, just because, in MMA, you only could take so many fights, because, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. It's not like boxing. But like I said, it's just sad, man. I'm a big John Jones fan myself, so and I'm kind of like in between, man. I'm right on the line. I'm not calling him a cheater. I'm not calling him, you know, oh gosh, the greatest of all time. I'm right in the middle, man. I'm just, disappointed as a fan, but I'm sure he'll be back after 2 years off of that suspension. I think that's what it is for him. Another thing was Mark Hunt. He's on Twitter. He's on pretty much on all the social media venues out there: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. He's all over the place. He's on the news, man. As you guys know, Brock Lesnar got caught. He got tested by USADA after the fight, and he tested positive as well for PEDs. And I did a video with Tyrone Magnus. I'm going to leave the original link down below. And you guys should read some of the comments that was put on there. I know a lot of people are Brock Lesnar fans from the WWE. Me myself, I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar when he wrestled in WWE, and also when he first started in UFC. I'm a great fan. Dude, it's like, this guy is freakish. You know what I mean? He's freakishly big and he's athletic. You know what I mean? He's just a monster. I'm a big fan. You know what I mean? The way how he came in, was it his second fight, and he got the belt. He beat Randy Couture for the heavyweight belt. And like we said, not too many people could do that to Randy Couture. And, pretty much Brock Lesnar just pretty much manhandled him, man. Just dominated him. And, but I don't know. This is going to be another thing, just like John Jones. Was it because he was on PEDs, or, or was it just, he was just that skillful? Like I said, I'm sided with Mark Hunt. I'm a big fan of Super Samoan Mark Hunt. I don't know if you guys see my review. If you guys haven't, it's all the way down there when I did the review of Mark Hunt versus Brock Lesnar. I followed Mark Hunt's career for the very longest. I followed him in K1 kickboxing because I'm a kickboxing myself. I followed him in Pride and all the other venues he joined. Now he with the UFC. That was crazy. And I'll be honest with you guys. Mark Hunt, and I know some of you guys might not like him, but to me, that guy's honest, man. When he comes in there, to fight. No bullshit, man. He comes in, handles business, takes care of it, and he try to finish fights, guys. He goes in there intentionally trying to knock people out. And, he has one of the greatest highlights when he knocks people out. As soon as they hit him with that right hand, he don't even continue. He just walks away. That's Mark Hunt for you. And now, since he called it before even the fight, he did an interview. He was already claiming that Brock Lesnar was already on the juice. But he said, I don't care. He could be juiced to the gills. I'm still going to go out there. I'm going to still try to knock him out. All right? But, like what I said, not too many people put on that comment. If you guys look at, Tyrone Magnus's video, me and him doing the review on that, saying Brock Lesnar shouldn't get it, they said he was being exempt 4 months, prior to the fight, so he won't get tested by USADA. But, everybody, Mark Hunt already knew he was juiced to the gills already, and he called it out himself. Then after their fight, and they did the testing again, and he came out positive for, the PEDs. So, yeah, man, this is not good for the sport, man. I know he brings value to MMA. I know he brings excitement to MMA, because Brock Lesnar, he's a huge superstar in WWE, and also just in general, everybody knows Brock Lesnar. All right, and and the funny thing about it, and he did an interview on UFC's channel when they did the press conference, and he said something about John Jones about being caught with the PEDs. He said that's not professional of that fighter. And look, what I mean? That's pretty much hypocrisy right there. And so as that goes to show you, so I don't know, man, and I don't think he'll ever fight again in the UFC, man. 2-year suspension for him as well. Pretty disappointed. I was looking forward to see who he fights next, because I actually wanted to see him fight Cain Velasquez. Since I think he had the disease when he fight Cain Velasquez, so there should be no excuses. Let him have that rematch, and we'll see who'll win. But I guess that's not going to happen now. If not, he could have fought Alistair Overeem as well. There was a lot of lineup for him. And I know he's a big draw for the UFC, but, I don't know. This is crazy, guys. Really disappointed on that, too. Another thing, Chad Mendes, he got busted as well. You know, he put on. I think he put on the tweet. You know, he's not gonna make up excuses. He's gonna man up to own on to it. So check it out. It's on bjpenn.com. I'm sure if you guys follow him on Twitter or whatever he used, it's on there. And he apologized. You know, he's gonna man up. You know, I guess that's a 2-year suspension off the bat for him as well. Just a lot of man. I know UFC is trying to clean up the sport, and you know this is not the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, exempting. You know, even though you sought to exempt, you know, Brock Lesnar, I think they, you know, you shouldn't do that at all. I don't care who you are. You know, I don't care what level superstar you are. I think now, you know, now's the time, since you know MMA has become mainstream now. We should clean up the sport, try to make it fair. You know, fighters versus fighter on an evil playing field. You know, stop the bullshit. You know, and just pretty much just straight up. You know, none of that nonsense, man. That's pretty much bullshit. You gotta take things to make yourself better. And I could understand too why people do that, because you know, like I said, you fight UFC. There's no such thing as an easy fight. You know, there is no easy fights in the UFC, man. Everybody's top notch. There's a reason why UFC is such is the best organization to fight for, because this is where all the best fighters go. This is the top of, you know, the cream of the crop. The top fighters in MMA world goes here. And I know that's a lot of pressure on people, but if you know, if UFC says, you know, they want to clean up the sport, now is the time to do it. You know, with all these bad publicity with the PEDs, you know, you know, I'm pro for fair fight. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, that's how it should be. You know, for any full contact sport, you know, should be all fair on all levels. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that, but you know, guys, you know, please leave me your comments down below. You know, let me know how you guys feel about this. If you guys are a big MMA fan, UFC fan, a fighter fan, let me know how you feel about this. And check out my, I guess, my collab, and you know, being invited to Tyrone Magnus' channel. I'm gonna leave the link down below, so you guys could see it, and you guys could read all those negative comments of, you know, what I said, and nobody believed it, but it's true, guys. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, he was on the juice. He got caught on the juice. So, you know, I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan. Don't get me wrong. He did a lot for the sport. I respect him for that, and bringing, you know, bringing added value, and also, you know, bringing new sets of fans to the MMA world. You know, I respect that, but at the same time, I don't respect PED users, and pretty much I'm disappointed all the way around. You know, just reading about this. You know, and you know, it's just you know, it's just a shame, man. But you know, I followed me myself. You know, I'm a big mixed martial arts guy, and I'm a big fan of the sport, and I just don't want to see it go down this road. But hopefully, with the new owners of the UFC, we could get this thing straight and figure this thing out, and hopefully we head into the right direction. But anyways, guys, leave your comments down below. I know I've been rambling on and on. You know, as always, you know, give me a thumbs up on this video. You know, as always, you know, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.